I had mentioned at one point in the last few videos, the sky was going to be very powerful. It's not. It's not going to be weak either, obviously. But the sky, I didn't know it at the time, but the sky and this point of land had signed a non-competition agreement. So I can't make the sky more powerful. This is the person who, this is the one that wins down here, this entity. So that's what I'm playing with right now. Building it up, getting it in place. Right now I'm playing with some... Is this too pink? It's fairly pink. I don't know that it matters too much. I have a fair bit of reds in here. You know, I started down here along this band with cobalt blue, alizarin crimson, and some raw umber just to take it down a notch, just so the chroma didn't become too strong. Then as I moved up into here, I removed the raw umber and just started to bring in a little more alizarin crimson, and then introduced a little more raw, yellow ochre and white. Over here, a little bit of ultramarine blue. But that's the palette that I'm using for the entire sky, really. And I'm just kind of enjoying myself playing around here. I have a lot of, it's not the longest list of colors that you've ever heard of, but there's a fair bit of color in the sky. I like it. I want it. Let me just switch knives here. Get done carving around that tree. You know, where I've painted around the trees as well, this is going to be all modified. The whole sky needs a bunch of grooming right now. I'll get to that. Right now, I'm just getting paint all over the place. That's really kind of my goal for the moment. Okay, now, seeing as I have gone around the tree, I'm going to clean off the excess so that when I can cut back into the tree, we have pretty clean lines. I want clean lines here. I want this to stand out. I need some sharp lines in there. So anyway, that's what I'm playing at right now. I'm not going to make a long video. I'm not going to take you along for everything here. This is one of those skies that I'll be sitting in my chair a few feet behind me and looking at it as the evening progresses, and I'll hop up every now and then and make a few changes to it. Try to avoid overworking it, you know. We want the light in there, or we want the life in there. Okay, let's go over to this edge here and see if we can finish off this corner. See if we can finish it off. Of course we can finish it off. Let's finish it off. Yellow ochre. It's ultramarine blue, yellow ochre. Raw umber. Alizarin crimson. same. Okay. This is awfully blue. I may have to take that down a notch or clutter it up with some other colors. I'm not going to do that right now. That is something we'll change a little bit later if need be. I have some strong blues here. I have more interest here than I do over here because, again, behind these trees, the trees are going to pick up the slack. The trees are what's going to make up the interest and the strength. Over here, I like to balance it a little bit by having the sky a little more interesting. Not as strong as to the left, but it's certainly, I would like to have a little more, yeah, a little more gumption. Okay, let's just add some yellow, ochre, and white to that mixture. And okay, that's pretty subdued. That's good. I want to go fairly light, but not too light as we come up here. Our land mass goes down like this. I like our sky mass to go up like this. Rudy, I think it was you who asked if I was going to leave little bits of the wash showing through. That is the case indeed. I'm not overworking the sky. When you overwork the sky, yeah, then you tend to lose that. Sky's going well enough, I don't need to keep revisiting the same areas too much. So indeed, there will be little bits of that beautiful, warm, burnt sienna poking through here and there. Okay, some raw umber, some yellow ochre, a bit of white. Too much white. More raw umber. Into alizarin crimson. Variety, subtle variety compared to the strength that will come in here. But you do want some variety. You always want a bit of that. With a knife painting like this, of course, you know, with my technique anyway, I lay it in pretty directly in quite a strong way. And then I revisit it with a lighter touch and lay in lighter spots here and there. As I trail the light in the sky, off to the edge of the painting and off to the right. I'm not adding yellow ochre, or very, no, put it this way, I'm using very little yellow ochre because I want it to appear to be a little bit cooler. A bit of debris there. Okay, more yellow ochre, and a bit of white, a couple of flecks of it there, and as we come closer to here, we're going to go more into yellow ochre and white with very little raw umber in it. Clean my knife off. I have a lot of strokes here that look pretty uncertain. Let's clean that up right now. Different pressures, you know? Different pressures, different angles. Okay, I'm going to carry on all by myself, so I'm going to leave you behind for the time being. Next time you see it, this guy will be done. But I'll square off quickly, again, just to help you see what I've been looking at. Yep, I'm liking it just fine. Yes, it does, you know, there are a few shapes in there that need to be played with a little bit. You know, we have a very, you know, blip, 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 small things like that that I don't see when I'm standing or when I'm sitting too close to it. If I back up a little bit, those things become apparent very readily, very, very quickly. Probably going to use a lot of raw umber, hint of alizarin crimson, hint of yellow ochre, did I say raw umber? Yeah, and white, and fill in this area more or less with that. Nowhere near approaching these kind of values or chromas, just dumbing it down. I want the sky to generally do this, but with a lot of variety. A lot of variety of color. Happy Monday, guys. See you soon.